Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to JEDIOSHI Thursday, March 24th. We're going to get right into it. Today, I wanted to cover charts, and we're going to go down the watch list and look at a lot of these charts look the same, but some look different. So I thought it would be good for us just to go through and probably stay on the weekly chart to get a sense for structure, but to go through that. But first, let's look at the Dow Jones. Let's look at equities, what's going on. Yesterday we had a red day. This is the daily chart for Dow. Today we're bouncing back a little bit. So just chop around up here. We are still, if you look at that fib, we looked at this yesterday in the live stream, but if you look at the fib, the Dow is right around the 0.5. And if you remember, Bitcoin's at about 0.236. Is that right? Anyways, Bitcoin has a lot of catching up to do. But that's what we're seeing days like today, where Bitcoin is up $1,000. You know, the equity market is up too, but Bitcoin is catching up a little bit. So will it continue? That's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at some critical levels, I think, on Bitcoin. And then I wanted to go through that watch list. And there are a few charts that I think are what I would consider viable. And then there are some that have already moved significantly. So it would be good to see that. So Dow Jones, again, up off the bottom, 34.5, consolidating here. I'm still expecting a move to around 35 to kind of finish this off, or maybe higher. So we'll see. Either this retraces and falls back, or perhaps we do follow that fractal and we do blow off markets, right? So just keep an eye on that. Nothing too concerning yet. We haven't really gotten into overbought yet on RSI on daily, so we'll watch that. CL, something to look at. It is falling. Interesting. Just kind of waiting for this to confirm. I wonder if, the short from 115 would have been a good idea. Dollar, it's still hanging around here at 98.8, 99. Still painting lines up here. I think it'll be interesting to see how long this holds up here. Given the global currency issues that the countries are having with their currencies, the dollar is a flight to safety, right? So it's holding strong. So then when you're seeing equities and crypto rally into this dollar, it's an even stronger push, right? So if the dollar starts falling, so if think about it like this. If, say, equities and crypto were just flat and the dollar started falling, it would naturally raise equities and crypto. But for equities and crypto to be rising into a strong or a relatively strong dollar, it shows even a higher relative strength for the bulls. Right, so it's good to see that. But let's go to Bitcoin, the comparison chart. See that? Bitcoin is catching up here. This is the Bitcoin. Let me just blast that. This is Bitcoin versus the equity markets, Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P. Right, so Bitcoin is strengthening, but let's look at that Bitcoin chart because there's some critical levels here that, and we'll look at that versus total 3. Another green day. Like I said, it's about 1,000-point gain on Dow, which is good. 46K is really the critical level. And you can either draw this kind of diagonal, or this area, I would say here at about 45 and 45.4. So not quite 46. I've been saying 46 a lot, but really just it needs to push through this. Can we get through this? If we can, let's look at that. If we can break through this, I think the next levels are up here at around 51 to 52 is what I'm looking at. So if we can break through this 45, did I say 54? 45. Then I think the next level is around 51, right? So this range would be the breakout. So one idea is that this moves up here and then tops out here if it doesn't top out here. We'll keep watching it. Nothing concerning yet. Bulls are still in control, which is nice to see. We have not broken down on RSI yet. In fact, we did pop out of this wedge. We had a little bit of a bounce. See that? Popped out of this wedge to the top side. and price needs to follow through. It'll be interesting. We might have a day or two of like maybe a little bit of hesitation, or we might just blast through. Honestly, I just wouldn't be surprised either way. So we'll see what happens there. But looking better than we have. This has been about an 80 to 90 day sideways consolidation from the lows, our lows of 33, right? And then it's kind of been a mid-range in the 30s, maybe high 30s. It's been 80 to 90 days. But we have resolved this RSI wedge on the top side, which is bullish. We do need to break 45 and a half, get into the 46s, I think, for this to continue. Bigger picture, and then we'll look at our watch list. Bigger picture is either this rejects, falls down for one final drop somewhere down here before it can finally break up, or that's one. Two would be we break, we come up here and do that or something. And then three is break, and then we break that too. But again, keep an eye on this fib, because I think ultimately what I'm looking for is a push up here to maybe the 618 or 702. And it might take a long time. So, or it might take some time, right? We'll have to see what happens. We'll have to just watch the chart. I talked in detail yesterday that if we get a breakdown, if the chart breaks down either here at 44 or 52, then I'm going to be looking to take positions off, right? Because I'm not sitting in a prolonged retrace. I think that if we get one of these that's quick, then we could get a fallback. And I'm not sure if it's that exaggerated, but we could get a fallback, and I'd be looking to sell that breakdown and buy the strength. So it may be more like that. Maybe sell that breakdown, buy the strength. And I'm not sure if this, some projections are that this is not the top and we go to a higher high, maybe so. But either way, I'm probably buying, for these kind of more swings, I'm looking at more daily, weekly charts. But before we go into the watch list, let's look at the weekly chart. It looks good, guys. This is on the 9 and 9. Okay. I thought it had reset. Oh, it reset below 30. I have this at 25 and 75 for some reason. Always playing around with those ranges to see what I can do for the data. But this reset below 35. Nice bounce up. And now we'll see if we can, where this can go. But RSI is strengthening off the bottom. You'll see that in a lot of the charts in the watch list, right? RSI strengthening off the bottom, broke out. This needs to break this price range. So it may hesitate. It may stutter step before we get up. So it may take a day or two or so, or it might fly right through. But we'll see that. Looks good. I like it. Buy signal on the weekly down here at 38. Nice. Okay. We're going to run down the watch list and do a chart review. Yeah, these are my signal. Look. Sell signal here. Look at that. Okay. Check this out. We had two buy signals because the RSI is kind of fluttering a little bit. Sell signal here. We actually had a sell signal here with not a buy signal because the RSI didn't reset, right? We did break up on trend though. Better get back in right here. You ride that. Sell signal, get out. Buy signal, buy signal. Now we're breaking out. So can we continue? We'll see. All right. That's enough of that. Let's go to the watch list. Okay, we're going to start at the top, go alphabetically, looking at weekly charts. And I want to just basically look at structure and then look at where charts are on their setup. So basically, let's change our let me do what I normally do is 65-35. It's more for like active trading, but when we break up from the bottom into and above 35, that's a good signal. But it also needs confirmation on price breakup of trend. So on the weekly, it'd be like this. Weekly is this. See this candle right here? Broke up and closed above it on a RSI that broke up off the bottom. That's a buy signal right here on break and break, price and RSI together. Okay. All right, let's go to Cardano, ADA, and we're gonna go pretty quickly. A lot of these look very much like this. Pretty strong moves off the bottom. Look at this top of range so far, 3 days to go. RSI did flutter around the bottom here. Nice breakup. Weekly RSI on ADA is above 50. Nice strong move. So what you see here is you see a break a trend on strength. Strength is up, price is up. So where does it go? I'd start looking at fibs. But if we look at structure, we know that Cardano was 2.5 cents back here, right? So as it sits right now, Cardano sits at about a 50, maybe close to a 55x. So that's what I look at is kind of upside potential and nothing more than looking at charts. So there it is at 2 cents, whatever. It went up to $3. It went up 150x, guys. So does this thing go to 20 bucks? I mean, who knows, right? But I'll show you some charts that are not sitting in a 50x, right? So Cardano, just be aware, it sits, as it sits, it's 50 some X off the bottom. Okay, good to know. Akita. Now this is one, I'm not going to delete this stuff, this art, but this is one that's close to the bottom, right? You see Akita coming off the bottom. It's at 81. RSI is up off the bottom and strengthening above this MA, right? Like to see that. I think the next thing for Akita is, and I'm going to have to switch down to the daily chart. Let me show you. When we break, no, I'm going to have to change that. Anyways, when we break out, we break up here, I think we're going to get a pretty nice move pretty quickly. Let's go back to weekly Algorand. So basically in each of these, look at where they are in the structure. Okay, so Algo is 12 cents. Now it's 89. So it's intrinsically, what, a 6 or 7x? Okay, RSI has reset below, coming up off the bottom. Good to see that. Good to see that. Looks strong. All right, that's a nice breakup off the bottom. And what I would do is I'd just draw this. Right, so draw that, draw it on RSI. Boom, boom, boom. Looks like at least trend has stopped going down, right? We're not sure this means it goes up forever, but at least it's likely to have stopped. At least the trend has kind of been broken. And this may go sideways, and sometimes what you see is you see a kind of a double bottom. You get a W bottom, right? Where this here would be about here. So sometimes you break out, but then you come back, you get a W bottom. So it's not a V bottom like that. That'd be a V. It's more of a W. Just so you know, see that quite a bit on the lower time frames. So we'll go a little bit quicker. AR. Now AR is, look, it's pretty close to the bottom, right? So let's call the bottom about $10. As AR sits, it's a 3x. Okay, 3x off the bottom. RSI was reset on the weekly, came up, looks good. Adam's bottom was about $2. So as Adam sits, it's at a 15x. It's 15x up off the bottom. Never got a weekly RSI reset here, but it looks like it is showing some relative strength. AVAX is interesting. Look, AVAX was up down to $3. So as AVAX sits with a 30x intrinsically off the bottom. It's up here, never got a reset, but they don't have to, right? It's climbing. So you see a break of this downtrend on RSI, you see a break of the downtrend on price. It's a good sign. Axe Infinity, look at that. Nice break. 45 was about the, or say 40 was about the low. Nice break up on both RSI and price. Bitcoin Cash, this is more of a long-term look, but look, we've resolved this wedge here. We popped up. Price and RSI. Looks good for a break. Does this mean we're going straight up only? Not necessarily, right? But you know, we're signs of strength here, signs that the downtrend has reversed. Looks good. Bitcoin dominance, we're still hanging in here at 43%. This is weekly. And look, we're trending down. We're kind of breaking down over this MA and the RSI. This is more of a derivative chart. What that means is this chart looks at what's going on with Bitcoin and alts. So it's more of, it's looking at more something's shadow, basically. But let me show you, and I do have it here, I think. This is total 3 versus Bitcoin. And alts have done actually a little bit better than Bitcoin, which is pretty nice to see. I had this on the 1 hour. A little bit more resolution here, but 0 would be back here. I think that's fine. So it normalizes it both to here. Alts are at least keeping up. Good to see that. Alts were lagging earlier. Back here, middle of the month. Alts were lagging, but they've caught up. Will they outpace? I think they do. I really do. Back to the weekly charts for, that's dominance. Let's see, we looked at Bitcoin, strength, BTT. Not even enough data to get an RSI on Binance, but yeah, I think they switched it. But look, it's J-hooked around, come up. I don't think that's all the price. There we go. Well, they reset this, so forget about that. But CRV curling up. Look, RSI has reset down to 35 and it's up. I think CRV comes up. Finally. Guys, I was in CRV way back here at 60 cents. I mean, in and out. But I remember getting into it back here. Being in it back here. So, you know, it's a good DeFi project. And there's a lot of momentum behind it. Big project. So, you know, where I think CRV has a lot of potential. Look at it where it is in the chart, right? So CRV down here at 35 cents at the lows, we're up maybe 9x. Is that 9x? 8x maybe? Maybe 7 or 8x. Okay. So you're not at 50. And I'll show you some other charts that are even higher. This is one, this is Casper. I mentioned this, but look, I think this is viable. We're going to get that so that it nukes the first candle. But look, we're way down here in the chart with RSI finally coming up, building strength. And it's relative. It's relative to the last 9 candles. That's how it works. But showing relative strength. To me, this is buyable. I would buy this probably before something else. Then again, you have to think about your portfolio and your weighting and the risk and everything. But to me, I like to buy charts like this, like ICP. I'll show you that. Civic. There's a lot behind Civic. Believe it or not, this was a big, look, Civic went to $2 back in 18 and then down to 2 cents. What a ride. But look, it's coming back. We are seeing an RSI off the bottom. It has reset. I like Civic here. 2 cents to 31 cents. It's as it sits, it's 15x. But that doesn't mean, I mean, again, just you have to know where things are in relation to where they've been. Because some of these are just way up there. And some of these aren't. Like you have Dash, and this isn't, I don't think this is the entire chart. But Dash at 132 looks good. Look at the RSI off the bottom, breaking this downtrend. It's had 3 good weeks. Digibyte, I was looking at this earlier. Not that I'm interested in ever owning Digibyte again, but when it moves, it moves. And look at 2 cent Digibyte off the bottom. Went to 18 cents back here in May. So that's a 9x. 9x to its old high, right? RSI at the bottom looks, a lot of these charts look just like this, right? RSI at the bottom, price breaking, we're turning, showing signs of strength. Doge, kind of same thing. Look, RSI. Here, let me move this, make sure you guys can see all this. RSI at the bottom. You know, but again, I think intrinsically Doge is way up on the X. SHIB is too, so I can't really talk that much trash, but these lows aren't even a penny, a tenth of a penny. So this, as Doge sits, it's about 120x. So that's the thing, right? On the chart, DOS, please, God, DOS network. Golly. 0.8 cents. Look at this thing. Look how different DOS network is versus a lot of the projects. We're getting no action. There's no liquidity for DOS, and hopefully it comes one day. I have DOS. Like I know a lot of us do. Polkadot. Look, off the bottom, strength. This is weekly, 3 green weeks. Weekly RSI has reset coming off the bottom. Looks good. Well, as Polkadot sits, $4, it's about a 5x up. Not too bad. Dragon. This is another one on the list of things that look viable to me. Dragon here at 5 cents. Like Dragon at 5 cents. Dollar. Elon coin is up. Pretty, looks like at least a 10x up off the bottom. This looks a lot like SHIB because SHIB has not come all the way back down, nor has the RSI come all the way down. So we'll look at that. ENJ looks good. I thought it looked good back here. Look at this. See how ENJ is not, and this is Coinbase. I think this is all the data, but it's not 80 cents to $1.60. So ENJ is only about a 2x up off the bottom. RSI didn't quite reset all the way. However, you know, it turned pretty quickly, and now we're above this MA. We're hooking up on two strong weeks. Looks like signs of strength right here. I was looking at this last week. It looked good because it came up off the bottom and kind of got outside this range here. So I don't have any, but let's change that. EOS. Look. Yeah, we looked at this yesterday. Off the bottom, RSI is up. Looks pretty good. ETH Classic. Look how hard this pumped. 2 weeks now. And we were actually, let me show you what we were looking at yesterday. Fib to fib. From this, I think it was this cycle to the low, it went up to the 272, right? If that repeats, it's a big if, right? If we do one of these and back and then go to a 272, it puts ETH Classic at 370, which is like a 7x. 7x from here gets it to the 272, assuming you're measuring that profile the same as this profile. See it? Looks good. I'm surprised everybody because it's one of the first movers. ETH Bitcoin ratio. Ethereum, looking good. This, and we'll zoom in on the daily, but so this is the same as a lot of these, right? This is actually, it looks like it's ahead of Bitcoin. Why? Because it's resolving this range. It's a little bit higher in this profile than Bitcoin. See how Ethereum is already broken up? We're watching this last night as it kind of hit this level. And then today's candle, it's up. So what it has to do now is it has to come and resolve and get above, I think it was 3,400. Yeah, right here. 3,400, you know, and kind of start breaking these levels. But that's a good bullish sign because ETH is leading. ETH is leading Bitcoin right now. Mentioned this, Filecoin looks viable to me. Let's switch back to weekly. Look, J-hook off the bottom. We haven't really come up above 35. However, the two things why I like this are, well, we sit at about a 6x off the bottom off this range right here. We're sitting at a 6x, but we have already gone to 237. So that's a 12x. So we're about a 6x off the bottom. We're about a 12x to its recent high. So we know it has range, right? So I do like Filecoin. Coming up off the bottom. I like it. Looks good. Flamingo didn't look at, so look at the relative range between Filecoin and Flamingo, right? Filecoin was up at 240-ish, call it. So a 12x from 20. FLM was not 12x up, I don't think. $1.20 to, yeah, it was 6x. Okay. So Filecoin has had twice the range as FLM. And you can do this on your charts. Like I would think about like Digibyte, right? I know Digibyte was up there. Some of these others that have fallen really far may have higher potential in the next swing up. So, but FLM is coming off the bottom, showing strength. This is what I was talking about, because I do have FTM and I'm thinking, would I rather have FIL over FTM? I bought this for a play here. It didn't work out, but I do have a position. But look where FTM has come. It was at, well, it's not even a penny, right? So this is what kind of triggered me to think about all this stuff, because as FTM sits from this range, it's about 150x. That's a 90x. However that math works, but basically it was, call it a penny to $1.33 for about 130x, right? So as it sits right now, it's at 130x. Now, does that mean everything in the world? Not I mean, like, it doesn't mean it's going to go or it's limited to the upside, but it just kind of shows you where it is in relation to the chart and where it's traveled to and where it's been. Just something to keep in mind as you're comparing, as how far up are we? So I do like, and I would probably think about this more, because I'm looking at, like, I'd probably start looking at volume and, right, because I don't want to just buy into a dead project, right? Because some of these might not move much, right? But anyways, FTM, it's a mover, it's coming back. RSI is up a little bit, price is up. Gala, I was looking at this one too. Look how where you are in relation to the chart. Remember this when it came out, I was interested at 40 cents right here. Now here's at 25. Here's an opportunity, right? I think Glimmer too. Now this is relatively new, but off the bottom, you're close to the bottom here. Relatively new. If I look at the daily chart, let me show you guys what I was looking at on the daily chart. RSI is up and strengthening with what's going on with price. It's consolidating. So this is what I look at and I think, look, this seems to be pressure building here. As RSI is relative to itself, but relative strength is increasing as price is consolidating. To me, that signals pressure building. If we can get above here, I think we go. I like this chart. And it's one of those things that I always wanted to have anyways. More strategically. This is the next Solana or something, right? H-bar, haven't looked at this in forever. Let's go back to weekly. See where H-bar is? Up from 3 cents to 21. That's a 7x intrinsic. Okay. But it looks decent. RSI pop, price pop. Let's go a little bit faster. Hero. Wow, price at the bottom. If you like this, and I know we were talking about this. MetaHero is a big gaming token. I think we were talking about this back in February when it was moving relative to everything else. Here's your chance to buy Meta at 5 cents. Hint. I don't even know what hint is. But look, break trend, break RSI. Looks pretty good. Hollow, you guys brought this up. It really popped today. So I just think we're going to see a lot more of this. As long as Bitcoin hangs in there and shows strength and Total 3 moves up with it, we're going to start seeing these things. It's going to get fun again, right? Hollow Chain, I got out back here. Or maybe it was here. No, it was back here. I had it forever. I forgot about it, actually. It was just dead to me. It was dead to me for so long. I forgot I had it. But looks good. Can definitely do this again, right? And who saw this coming, right? And this week, February 1st last year, who said, hey, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in 8 weeks, we're going to be up X's? No. But you can see it. Look, this price hanging in there with this RSI strengthening. What's going on? Pressure's building, pop. Right. Okay, we'll try to go a little faster. I know this is already, what, 30 minutes. Good grief. I like ICP here. Let's go to the daily. Look, coming out. Come on, ICP, let's go. I got this on the weekly when it was here, showing strength on this move up. So we fell back, but now we're doing it again. One of these times, this is gonna go. IOST weekly looks a lot like everything else, guys. Look how it's, you know, a 0.5 cent to 2.5. It's a 5x. All right. A lot of these charts look the same. We looked at KDA yesterday. Hasn't done anything lately, but it's really moved in the past. Link. Kind of the same. You're seeing some strength. RSI up. LRC. LRC had some big moves the last couple days. You know, we saw it like 30-40%. You know, here it is. So what does this look like? You know, we'll see. But Litecoin's had a couple good weeks. RSI reset off the bottom. Boom. Break and break. Buy signal on weekly. It's good. Luna. Look at Luna, was a beast relative to everything else. Back to its all-time high. We'll see if it gets through. Mana. Kind of breaking. Everything's getting strength. We're seeing signs of strength across the board on all alts. Matic. Near was something I saw somebody post something on Near relative. I think I broke a Bollinger Band or something. But look, break and break up on RSI. Didn't even go all the way down. Looks strong. This is probably 64 cents to $13. Pretty good X factor baked into the chart. Neo. This is, man, this really moved back in April. Like 140. Back down to 24. Reminds me a lot of XLM for some reason, because I know XLM went to 80 cents and now down to 20. Looks pretty good. So if you like Neo, here you go. On strength. $25. NIF. I don't even know why this is in the watch list, but we're not seeing anything. It's Unifty. You're not seeing strength. You're not seeing liquidity come in yet. Will it? Maybe. But look, OMG is getting liquidity. From, you know, it's 20 down to 3, then up to, you know, above 5. Good signs for OMG. 1, same thing. Oh, look, all these charts, they look the same. A little faster. Pay, not much. Populous. Nothing. But RSI is climbing a little bit. Populous is one of those things. It's like dead until it just goes. QDIM. Look, all these charts look the same. Down, pop. RSI up. RBN, REN, same thing. Up. REC, SAND, same thing. All these charts look the same. See a coin? Look, strength. All these charts look the same. Same thing. SHIB, kind of the same thing. Now, SHIB is one with an intrinsic multiple X, I believe, because unlisted, or before it was listed, it was like 0, right? So it's up some infinite percent. However, in the chart, you know, it's showing signs of strength. SLP, off the bottom with some strength. I had a big day yesterday, I think. SNX, strength. Solana. Look, if you love Solana, here you go. Right here. Break and break. Actually, the signal was last week. But there you go. Good entry. Sushi. here you go. We kind of liked it at $5 or $10, right? Up here. Well, it's 360. RSI's up. Curling up. Sushi swap. I know it's 35 minutes, guys. That's all right. I hope you're enjoying it. T-Fuel hasn't really... I mean, it's broken up off this yet, but what did I say yesterday? My prediction was when we break 19 cents on T-Fuel, we zoom. Yeah, we're getting close. 18.1 cents. RSI's climbing. Theta, same thing. UFT, off the bottom. Look, it doesn't get much cheaper than this. 41 cents. If you do like UFT, $6 all-time high. You know, you're seeing RSI climb up a little bit. I'd look at volume and some other things, but you know, it's at the bottom of the chart. UMA. I don't really know much about this one. Closer to the bottom of the chart. VET. Look. All these charts look the same. RSI up. Price up. Has about a 4x intrinsic. Maybe more. Oh, this is VeChain. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, man. When VeChain was moving last year, it was on fire. VGX is, I forget what it is, but look, basically bottom of the chart and turning, right? VIDT, same thing. Look at the VIDT way back here. 36 cents. It was $1 not too long ago. Waves. Look at waves. I haven't looked at waves in forever. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. Okay. This is what I see. Okay. Let's pause here real quick because what does this look like? All of our charts, right? Look. What's possible? Sorry, it's so slow. Man, it's really slow. Here, I'll fast forward it. Basically, you know, look at a lot of these charts could be right here. We could be 1, 2, 3 weeks away from some pretty good numbers. Look, I think waves leads the way. I hadn't noticed that. Interesting. But yeah, look. Waves, again, I know I'll just do it because it's fun. We've fast forwarded all the way. This is what a lot of the charts look like right now. Now they may have another week on it or something, right? But look at waves. Boom, boom, boom. Right? That's what's possible. Wax. See down here. Look, you know, you're just seeing coming off the bottom. We'll see, but XCM. RSI off the bottom. Price hasn't really moved yet, but there you go. Closer to the bottom of the chart. And look, when XCM moves, it goes. XLM. What's going on, XLM? 80 cents. Way down here at 20 cents. XRP. Another one. It's a classic, but it's pretty far down here, right? I showed you guys my thesis. If we break 92, I think we go. Tezos. Look at this Tezos. What's interesting, I haven't really looked at this. And this is weekly. So it's this entire move up as we've held this support, even though RSI has come down and reset. So RSI has reset below 35, and now we're coming up. So we could be priming for another one of these. Pretty cool. YFI, or YFI, way up there. Wow. Yield, I don't know what it is. Zcash, look at that. Now this is the privacy coins. I don't actually have, what's the other big one? Starts with an M. not Moderno, something. Moreno or Monero. Monero. Look, break and break. But yeah, I go back to waves now. It's like, what's possible? What's possible is we get 3 or 4 big weeks here for some of these alts to move up. And maybe they don't. It depends on what Bitcoin does, right? Back to Zilliqa, same thing. A lot of these charts look the same, right? So that's about it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Just wanted to blast through. I know that wasn't super quick, but it was a lot of commentary on a lot of charts. And just looking at where things are in their structure, we have buy signals on everything, right? Buy signals on strength and breaks of trend, breaks of RSI. You know, a lot of things in the buy zone on the weekly, which is a pretty strong signal. You know, relate that and think back to where we were in the sell zone, right? The sell zone was back here in April, May. Sell zone, sell zone, sell zone. You know, now we're in the buy zone. So, you know, we're in a different season now. Hopefully this means good things for us in the near future. And I'm pretty optimistic that things are going to get pretty good. So that's about it. We'll wrap it up here. I know it's 40 minutes now, long video. Thanks for tuning in. Please like the video. We'll do it again, maybe next week. Maybe we can go a little faster. And but enjoy it, and we'll catch you later. Thanks again.